Hey everybody, thanks for watching. Today I just want to offer to you a couple things that I'm doing to keep me out there on the trail. If you're like me and you love hiking, but you're suffering from Achilles tendinitis, there's a couple things that I've been doing that's been working for me that is getting me back out there. Okay, first of all, I'm not a doctor in any way. I'm just somebody who loves to hike and was absolutely devastated when I found out that I was developing Achilles tendinitis. And so these are the 5 things that I'm doing. Okay, so the first one is get yourself a wobble board. Okay, this is going to strengthen your ankles, your knees, and your hip flexors, and so on. And so it's really cheap. I paid like maybe $10, $12 for it, really affordable. You could probably make one yourself. But anyway, you can look online. There's a 6-minute exercise that I do every morning, barefoot, and it increases your balance, which is something else that you need for hiking. So it's kind of one of those things you should probably do anyway, whether you're suffering from an injury or not, but extra bonus points if you are suffering from an injury, okay? So 6 minutes a day, there's 6 different exercises, and they're all a minute each, okay? Totally helpful. The second thing you're going to need is some ibuprofen. I'm not huge on taking, medicines and that sort of thing, but when you're inflamed, you definitely need to take something, especially while you're in the healing process. And when you come to that place when you can actually hike again, like yesterday was my first 4-mile hike since I had injured myself. So it's been 3+ weeks since I've been out hiking anywhere. I took these immediately when I came home. And anytime that you feel stiff or, pain and so on, okay? The other thing that I did as soon as I got home, and I do this pretty regularly, sometimes twice a day, sometimes 3 times a day, anytime that I feel stiffness, is to grab a rolling pin and to roll out your calves, okay? Your calf muscles. And so the reason is research finds that it's not just because of overuse of the tendon, but a lot of the stiffness from the calf and the knots and stuff and injuries in the calf that are causing the inflammation and causing strain on your Achilles tendon. So as soon as I got home yesterday for my 4-mile hike, I took some ibuprofen and I rolled out my calves. Woke up this morning, no pain, no stiffness. Okay, so do this like as often as needed, and it feels really good too. Like it is like I was telling my husband, you got to try this because afterwards you will feel amazing. Your feet feel so circulated. It just is wonderful. So super cheap find too. Cheap fix. Most of our kitchens already have one of these. Thing you'll need is some collagen. Okay, I used to take this a couple years ago for my as part of my workout routine, and I stopped for a long time, and I'm back to taking it because it is really good at rebuilding the soft tissues that are in our body, especially tendons. Okay, so I'm adding this as part of my daily routine again. It tastes pretty gross by itself. I like to mix it with 1 cup of grape juice, 1 scoop, 1 cup of grape juice, and have that daily. Okay, the other thing that is super important is to get yourself a pair of good hiking shoes. These actually, I found these 3 weeks ago when I first got injured, and basically they're top of the line as far as people who have Achilles tendinitis suggest these from the way that they're made and created. And again, I won't get into that too much because that's not what this video is about. But obviously there's a ton more support and comfort. There is no breaking in period. I took them out on the trail yesterday for the first time, and that is the absolute truth. There is no breaking in period. They were extremely comfortable the whole time. I came home yesterday, did not hurt. Woke up this morning and did not hurt. Okay, and so I do attribute a lot of that to these shoes because I've been hiking my other ones for a long time, and I know what it feels like to take them off and how my feet feel afterwards, and I know what it feels like to wake up the next day. I paid $130 for these, and that's not something that I normally do. I don't just go out and spend, hundreds of dollars on shoes, but my pair that I had was probably the reason that I injured myself in the first place. They aren't very good. I paid like maybe $40 for them. But super important to spend good money on your shoes if you are going to be hiking. I think probably any hiker will tell you that. So if you've been out hiking and you like it, and all you can do is dream about the next time you're on trail, go home, grab your basic, $40 pair of shoes that you bought, throw them in the trash, and get yourself a good pair of shoes. Okay, so obviously there's a lot of combination of things going on here that I've been doing that I didn't do before, but you can see that there's a whole lot more support inside the way that they hug around your tendon. Your tendon isn't just getting bashed up against the side. I mean, there's just a lot of comfort that goes into a $130 pair of shoes versus my $40 pair, which I have here. This is my other pair of shoes that I started with, and if you just take a quick look in here, it's super thin around here, and these shoes kind of feel really stiff around you, kind of like you're just wearing this extra piece, where those shoes tend to feel like more of an extension of yourself, if that makes sense. And I'm just, like I said, I'm not one that just goes out and spends $130 on a pair of shoes. But I can tell you, just in the day that I wore it and how sincerely I desire to be back there, out there on the trail, hiking and backpacking, that I don't care if it's $130 for a shoe as long as it works, okay? The only other thing that I'm doing that I didn't mention is that I absolutely pray for my healing and recovery. I know a lot of people pray or believe, but you may want to take me up on this, because research finds that when you do suffer an injury like Achilles tendinitis, that you can go through rehab, you can go through treatment, you can go through physical therapy, and you're only going to heal to 60%, which leads you into the path of getting injured all over again, okay? And so I'm claiming and praying over full recovery, that he will heal me and restore me and make me stronger than before, so that I can stay out there on the trail, okay? So God bless you guys. I hope this helps someone out there, and that you'll be able to get back out on the trail in no time.